Decided to get my bomber jacket on for this video because Top Gun Maverick is coming out. So, let's talk about the first Top Gun. Hey guys, my name is Brandon, aka the BrandoCritic, and on this channel it's my job to point you in the direction of movies worth checking out. So if that interests you, definitely hit like and subscribe. And today we're discussing if the first Top Gun back in 1986 is still worth a watch. So in Top Gun we have Lieutenant Pete Mitchell, aka Maverick, played by Tom Cruise. And he's an extremely talented pilot in the Navy, but is also reckless and has a high disregard for authority and rules. Despite this, Maverick and his radar intercept officer, Lieutenant Nick Bradshaw, aka Goose, played by Anthony Edwards, are sent to Top Gun, the Naval Fighter Weapons School in Miramar, San Diego, California. There, Maverick creates a rivalry with fellow ace pilot Tom Kaczynski, aka Iceman, played by Val Kilmer, continues to break rules of engagement, but he also forms a relationship with one of his instructors, Charlie Blackwood, played by Kelly McGillis. Maverick must continue his Top Gun training and learn the value of teamwork, all with the giant chip on his shoulder, as Maverick's father was also a pilot who died in combat many years ago. So is Top Gun still worth a watch today? It really depends on who you are and what kind of movies you respond to, because this movie, like Jurassic Park and like Ghostbusters, this movie has such a cultural following, right? This movie is just so iconic that every single frame is just inked into pop culture, right? As soon as you say the word Top Gun, people think about bomber jackets and fighter pilots and aviator shades. I don't have a pair with me right now, I would have done it. And that's all fun and good, but how's the actual movie? Well, Top Gun is a massive movie, right? If you decide to see this movie after this review, you need to see it on the biggest screen you can with the largest sound system available. That's what this movie was made for. This is a blockbuster movie. This is the type of movie that you need to see with a big screen, large sound system, a giant tub of popcorn, and a big gallon of Coke, and just sit back and just watch the spectacle. Because this movie is style over substance. And the style and the spectacle of this movie, that's the reason to watch it. Because ask anybody who's actually seen this movie, why do you love Top Gun? I can almost guarantee you that almost none of them will say the story, right? What's the real story of Top Gun? You know, it's this ace pilot who's trying to learn about teamwork and trying to overcome the chip on his shoulder over his father's death in the Navy. That's really what the story's about. But people don't watch Top Gun for the story. People watch Top Gun because they want to see Tom Cruise, fighter jets, bomber jackets, aviator shades, motorcycles going down runways with palm trees and the sunset in the background, Kenny Loggins into the danger zone, and just the exhilarating, badass action scenes. That is why people love Top Gun, and that's why I really enjoy this movie. However, if you need some substance to your story, right? If you need strong, compelling characters, an intriguing, gripping, emotional story, then unfortunately Top Gun is not the movie for you. And don't get me wrong, there are some sad moments in this movie. There are some joyous moments in this movie, and you can get emotionally invested into the characters and what's going on screen. But if you really think about it, this film does not have that much substance, right? Especially with the romance. Tom Cruise and Kelly McGillis, I'm just gonna say it, don't have chemistry. I look at those two actors and I think that their chemistry and their love on screen is really forced. And don't get me started about the love scene. I know a lot of girls like it. Some girls I ask, they say it's repulsive. Some girls say, oh my god, that's so hot. Who knows, right? And then you have Take My Breath Away by Berlin always playing in the background, and it is just a cheese fest. That whole storyline, and it takes up a large part of the movie, is extremely cheesy. And while yes, this film does throw a twist your way, as soon as the twist happens, you know exactly how the movie's gonna end. It's not the most unpredictable movie out there. It stays pretty close to the formula. So if you need a gripping story, then Top Gun isn't the movie for you. However, if you want to see spectacle, if you want to see a movie and just crank up the volume and have shivers running down your spine just because of how awesome it is, then Top Gun is the movie to watch. The performances by Tom Cruise and Anthony Edwards really elevate the simple story because their chemistry is just so great and their charisma on screen is just so mesmerizing. And the action sequences, everything that happens in the air with the planes, is really breathtaking. Even for 1986, this movie is a thrill ride just completely full of adrenaline at parts. So as for an overall rating, I'm gonna give Top Gun a 4 out of 5. While the cheesy story kind of deteriorates from the overall movie itself, the style that Tony Scott delivers on screen is just so iconic, so much fun, that it's just a wonderful time. Like, this movie is the perfect definition of a blockbuster, right? You gotta go to the theater to see it. You gotta see how big it is, because Top Gun, all these years later, the hype is still real. Anyways, guys, tell me down in the comment section down below, what did you think of Top Gun, and are you looking forward to Top Gun Maverick? I cannot wait to see the new movie. Just the stunts, they look, oh my god, I cannot wait to see that movie. And if you're new here and you want to see more videos just like this, definitely hit like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Take care.